This is my Lenovo ThinkPad T420. I've had this laptop for 5 years and I really love it. One thing about these ThinkPads is that you can really go and customize them and upgrade them. So I've done quite a bit to this now. I've upgraded the RAM to 8 gigabytes. I've upgraded the hard drive. When I first got this thing, I put in a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Uh, and it is actually slower than the original 250 gigabyte hard drive. It's a 5400 RPM versus 7200 RPM, so I didn't realize that when I put it in, so that's not the best, but still having the extra storage is nice. Although today I probably could have gotten something a lot better, just since I've had this laptop for so long, the prices of things have changed. So I've also upgraded the keyboard. I mean, not upgraded. I've replaced the keyboard 3 times in this thing. I've replaced the palm rest, so the other part of the key, like the surface that has the trackpad and the speakers, and I've replaced the screen and the assembly of it because the front of the assembly came off, so I couldn't put it back on to just figure get an entire new assembly. So yeah, I've done quite a bit of changes to this laptop, and I actually have not used it a lot in the past couple of years because I've gotten my desktop and then also another laptop as well, which is newer. So this thing is kind of sat for a while, and I pulled it back out recently to because I've been wanting to move some of my game servers over to it, and I've noticed I've had quite a few issues with it now. So with this video, we're going to be trying to restore this thing and make it work a lot better. Make it work like it used to when I first got it. So let's take a look at it. So as you can see, we have the top with the rubber coating that ThinkPads are known to have. You can see that this thing is really scratched up. It's got a lot of grime and stuff on it. And this top actually came like this when I got it online, because as I said, I replaced it. So it's not brand new. We open it up. You can see you got the screen. That looks pretty good. We got the keyboard. It looks good except for the missing tab key. I don't remember how this actually came off. I'll probably have to get a new tab key. You can actually buy individual laptop keys on a website for very cheap. I just have not got around to do that because it's not that important. If you look down here, you can see the trackpad is pretty beat up. It's got like an entire layer of it that's come off in the center, and that is completely my fault because I saw these like little particles in here. I tried to get out, so I ended up scratching the layer off of it, so that's not very good. And besides that, it looks pretty good over here, I'd say. And then we have the back. We have the battery, which has also been replaced from the original. This is a Lenovo battery. I always think it's important to not buy knockoff batteries and chargers. Although recently, though, I've been more comfortable with getting third-party like chargers and stuff, as long as I know they're good quality brand, which some of them actually can be. Then, besides the batteries, nothing really else remarkable here. It's the RAM slot and the hard drive bay. Everything here looks fine. The DVD drive. And then we got USB ports here. This one's like an eSATA port as well. But this USB port, I don't know if you can really see it with the camera, but the plastic like piece that holds in all the pins has come off, and it's made it so the pins have gotten really, really bent. There's one pin here that's bent completely backwards and one on the left side that's bent up. So I basically cannot use that port anymore. So, and then on this side, everything is pretty much fine. We got, the fan slot, the VGA output, Ethernet, and we got another USB here. So, and this is also, this is DisplayPort. And then, so the most important part of any computer, of course, is how it actually works. So I'm going to show you guys the performance of this thing, show you why I need to be doing this restoration. So here we are on the desktop, and you can see it's taking so long for each of the icons to appear even. And you know, it took like, I think probably like 3.5 minutes just to get booted up here. And this is actually fast for this laptop. I've had this thing take up to 10 minutes to start up sometimes. So, of course, here we are on the desktop. Now, this thing has a huge overheating problem. Even if I open just a couple of applications, like if I open up Microsoft Edge and do some web browsing, or like just open up a few other things, the CPU temperature goes so high. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you guys. I'm going to plug it in because I don't want it to die on me here. So give me a second while I get the charger. So here we are. As you can see, got the charger plugged in now. And the reason I did that, because this thing's battery as well, it does not last very long. So, let's open some applications here. What should we do? Let's open up File Explorer. Now, I've already touched this. I touched the fan right here. It's already warm. Now, this laptop should not just be warm, even feel that warm when you're not even really doing anything. You're just doing idling. Now, of course, Windows 10 is not the most friendly operating system to hardware when it's idling and stuff. It has all sorts of background processes that run, and it's just not very good when it comes to that. So that is part of it, but at the same time, this thing is it's just not normal how this thing acts. So let's go to YouTube. Now it feels almost hot to the touch here. And let's open up. We got File Explorer open. Now I have Core Temp, which is, you know, a program that you can use to see the temperature and your CPU. Look how long the Windows search even takes it. Oh, by the way, I should probably move the screen up a little bit. So yeah, it takes that long to just search up a program that I already have on the computer. I press enter. Look how long the dialog takes to come up. And then we got this program open. And idling, we are at 60, like I'd say I average 65 degrees Celsius. And it's fluctuating. And when we're doing things that are actually a little bit more intensive, it gets even worse than that. Now, of course, you know, this being a laptop, it's not going to have the most impressive, you know, thermals or anything like that. But it just gets so hot. And I think what's going on here is, you know, the T420 is a 10-year-old laptop. And I'm pretty sure what happened is just two things. The thermal paste dried out, and it's not really working very well anymore. And also, the fan has probably got all sorts of crap in it. So what we're going to be doing... So yeah, this thing should be idling about 20 degrees Celsius cooler than it is right now. But it gets even worse. I'm going to do something a little bit more resource intense. I'm going to open up Minecraft. And I'm going to show you what happens when we do that. So here we go, I got the game open. You can hear the fan already ramped up right there. and we're up to 97 Celsius. Now, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but you can already tell that is extremely high. I'm pretty sure it's like, I guess it's probably like 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Probably more than that, actually. But this laptop at max is supposed to run at only about 60 when it gets like really hot. Like when the CPU is under, so it's like the most load it can be. So this thing has obviously got an issue here. And we have the game open, but I don't really have to, go into a world or anything just like to demonstrate the problem here. This could potentially be dangerous. I mean, it could probably, you could actually get burned by it if you touch, I mean, probably not this temperature, but if it got a little bit more, I could probably get like a small burn to my hand if I, had it held it to the fan for a while. So that's obviously not good. So this system has a ton of issues. So what are we going to be doing today? As I mentioned, we're going to be putting in new thermal paste here. So I got Arctic MX4. This is very good thermal paste, and it's also a reasonable price as well. It's probably some of the best you can get besides like liquid metal, which costs quite a bit more money. I wouldn't want to be messing with that anyway. And then for the more visual stuff too, I got 6 trackpad stickers. Obviously it didn't need 6, but you couldn't really find one for a reasonable price. These were only $6. And if I somehow messed these up again, I can just replace it. I'm not going to do that. I learned my lesson. I think I feel pretty dumb if I just kept scratching them. And then, I talked about the lid earlier being really scratched up and stuff. There's videos on YouTube of people using magic erasers to polish these, and it actually does take off some of the scratches by removing a little bit of the layer of the rubber. So I got 2 of them. If you go online and try to order them, you can order like 50 of them for like $10. That's just an absurd amount. So this was a reasonable amount here. I'm probably only going to be using one of them anyway, but it's going to be fine. So yeah, that's what I got. I'm probably going to try doing the easier stuff first. So I'm going to try doing this magic eraser and see if it actually really does work. Because, the videos on YouTube for the most part are made by this one person. He's made quite a few of them with all sorts of different ThinkPad models. But there hasn't been other videos of other people really trying it. So I think this will be pretty helpful as well. Just to get the word out there as well that this is something you can do to make your laptop look a lot better. I bet there's probably some other laptops you can do this on. I mean, it depends on the surface, the type of material being used. Now, one thing about doing the magic eraser is that you can only really do it one time because, as I said, it removes a little bit of the layer of the rubber coating. So if you do it too much, you can expose the brown part of the ThinkPad, which you can actually see a little bit here on this corner. Just kind of rubber like chipped off of it. And it looks pretty ugly. I don't think you'd want to do that. So if you do it one time and then you scratch it up again, well, that's kind of your fault. You can't really do anything about that. Oh, okay. I forgot to take. I don't really need to take the battery out. Now, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna first polish it dry, and then we're gonna use some water. But I don't know how well this is gonna work, of course. The video says to do it very light, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to press down hard at all. I'm just gonna do it lightly. A little bit, and then we'll pour a little bit of water on and do the wet polish. And after that, there's an optional step if you want to make the surface look really dark, like because some people have like ones that have become quite a bit faded, and you can use all sorts of different products to make it look a bit darker. In the video, he uses this like skin cream stuff. Obviously, I'm not gonna buy a thing of that just to polish a ThinkPad, so I'm just gonna not do that part. Besides, I think the color of this looks fine to me. I don't, need it to be any more black than it already is. I will link the video of the guy doing that. His channel is called Panorama Circle, by the way, if you want to have more detail about, especially the extra step. So let's start doing this here.
Wait.
Yeah?
It says it's 2 times stronger than with. Oh, never mind. I thought it meant 2 times stronger than usual. That's 2 times stronger styrofoam.
Yeah, it actually, lots of the scratches are still there, but it is making it look a little bit smoother. All right, now let's get some water. Let's get some water. And so yeah, still is not that much of an improvement, I would say. I mean, I think it's small, modest. Like, let me show you over here.
There's still some spots that are darker.
I don't know if you can see, but there's this streak right here, okay? And this used to go all the way down like this, and now some of it is gone. So maybe I just was not polishing it very. All right, we got the water. Now I'm just gonna pour a little bit on here. That sounds like it looks good enough, and here we go. Okay, I'm gonna let it dry now. I'm gonna see. Oh, look at all that. Look at that. Wow. All right. Look at all that crap that came off. Definitely just seemed to be doing something. All right, now I'm gonna let it dry and see what it looks like after the fact. All right, it's all dry and I am so impressed. It literally took off everything. I mean, all right, just look at that. Remember I was telling you about those tiny little marks on near the ThinkPad logo? They're just all gone. The wet polish is what really does it. Now, I will say these two little specks here were not there before. I don't know what those are. I could probably get them to come off, but yeah. But besides that, this thing is just, it looks brand new. I mean, if you have a ThinkPad that looked like mine before, this is 100% do this. It is so worth it. It's so cheap. I mean, these really cost like $6. I mean, you can get them probably a lot cheaper if you go to like a store and buy one. And I mean, it just really works wonders. So, highly recommend it. Now, I'm gonna we're gonna do the second thing, which was to change the track sticker. Now, as you can see, I started to try to pick at it. That's why it looks like this. And the reason I did that was because people online say you might need to use like a hair dryer to warm this up, make it come off. And I just want to see if I could get it to come off on its own, and I think it will. So we're gonna try to do that. Of course, it's not gonna be like any normal sticker. It will come off like a little bit more difficult. It will be a little bit more difficult to take off. It seems to be coming off though. There we go. There it is. It's all bent up now. Now you can actually use a trackpad like this if you like a smooth trackpad without like any like small little bumps on it. Like, then you will probably want to use this. But I like the bumps, and plus that, you know, that's how it originally came. So I'm gonna put one of these on. Now it's a little annoying because these come on like a sticker, like a back thing that is larger. And I saw a method on YouTube where this guy, what he did was he had one that had the sticker was the same size as the trackpad, and what he did was he taped it to the side of it like this, so he could align it perfectly without having to go back and change it. And then once he aligned it, he just lifted it up like this and peeled it back off, and then just placed it down. You can't really do that, at least very easily, with these ones that I got. So whatever. Okay, this actually has a little pattern on it too. It has like doesn't have actually any physical bumps, but it like has like dots on it. Maybe it's like it might be just like, you know, imprinted there from the back of this. I don't know. It doesn't really matter though.
There's like dots on the yellow part of that paper too.
All right, let's take this off.
My inspector eyes have seen it.
Your Inspector Gadget eyes.
I was gonna make a joke about that, but I didn't know how to do it.
Okay, let's try to be precise here. I think this is
Inspector said.
Inspector Bastion. Yeah, actually, I think I did. I think that was pretty spot on. It feels pretty much the same. It feels a little different. I mean, obviously, it's gonna feel different if I have it off versus on, but no, actually, it actually does feel pretty much the same, just newer. It doesn't feel messed up. So there we go. That's very good as well.
Messed up humor for guys.
Okay, Nate. All right, so now we're gonna do the thermal paste and the fan cleaning, which is obviously way more involved process than any of these two things I just did. So I'm not entirely sure how to do this because I have not been inside here for like a couple of years actually. But you're going to need to open it. I know that. Well, I mean, we're going to need to take off the keyboard because the CPU is under the keyboard. And then we're going to need to take off the palm rest, and then we'll have access to it, I'm pretty sure, from my memory. So, let's get my... I don't know what I was going to say.
Well, you'll need this bag.
Okay, well, so... No, I don't.
Okay.
So, it's this keyboard screw here. And then also, I think there might be one more where the RAM is that I need to take out to get the keyboard to come off. There we go. Yeah, there's this one screw here. I don't know if this is going to actually do anything, but I'll just take it out anyway. Now, I should probably have a bowl somewhere so I can keep these.
Oh, speaking of bowls.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because I thought you might want to get one for me.
Oh, you... Okay.
Have it?
Pick.
So I got these here. Just any way you can. I always recommend.
Do you need all 3 of them?
Yeah, I'll just take it. You just try to have a good place to keep your screws. You know, when you're working on especially laptops, there's all sorts of different sizes, and if you lose them, it's not very fun. So now I think we should be able to take off the keyboard, if I'm not mistaken. Turn around, and you can see our beautiful top once again. And now with this, we have to do. You just have to push it up like that, and it comes up.
Whoa.
And you gotta unplug it. So
okay, that's
it's right here, and let me show you guys. You gotta pull this thing up right here with your finger. Comes out, and actually we don't. At least I think we really don't have to take off the palm rest. We might. I don't know. We can at least get the CPU right here without taking it out. Now there are 2 models when it comes to the CPU. There's 2 models of the T420. Like when you think about the cooling and stuff, there's 2 models. There's one that just has the CPU, and there's one that has a GPU as well. This is the one that just has a CPU. So the version with the GPU has a bigger fan, and also it has a heat pipe that goes over. I think over this area is where the GPU is. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. So if you have that model, I would probably suggest looking up some more information about that, because I'm not going to be able to help you very much with it. Anyway, let's try to let's get the palm rest off. Alright, so you gotta take out this screw, and then there's 4, 1, 2, and then 3, 4 on the back side you gotta take out. And then 1 over here. There, sorry, got kind of confused with the camera there. Assume this one also. Alright guys, sorry about the change in look for the videos. I have to use my own phone now instead of my brother's, because his ran out of storage. And mine, when I originally started recording, was dead, which is why I was using it in the first place. But anyway, I got part of the palm rest off now. I'm going to show you what I did, so I don't leave you guys all confused if you're following. So what you really have to do is, let me put the laptop in front. You just have to put your fingers in between the bottom of the laptop and the palm rest. You have to pull at it. So you gotta pull on the, from the left side all the way, under the trackpad or the right, and then, under, you have to take out the DVD drive. Which by the way, to do that, once you have all the screws out from under, you just press this tab out like that, and it just shoots out. So then you gotta pull under it like that, and then you gotta keep putting your finger in on this side here. Ooh, I just break some. Oh wait, no, I don't know if I broke anything.
I can see a hole through the computer. See, it kind of looks bent over there.
Yeah, it is bent temporarily.
I don't like that.
Dude, can you stop?
Okay.
Sometimes things like that happen, okay? It's how it is.
It just looks wrong.
Okay, there we go. It came out. Alright. And yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Oh.
You
It
know,
sounded like I was disappointed, like it wasn't breaking, but
so as you can
that's
see.
good.
So yeah, now we got it all opened. Just good. Here we are.
Teeny tiny speakers. Look how pathetic they are. I thought they looked so big on here.
All speakers are tiny in laptops and stuff. It's not.
Well, like there's like a grid thing to make it looks like a speaker, but then it.
I don't.
Actually.
All right, so here we are. Now we got the CPU here, and we got the heat pipes going to the fan, which does not look very healthy. There's all sorts of dust everywhere. We're gonna have to take the fan apart. Oh yeah, by the way, over here, that, I was mentioning the broken USB port earlier. At least I think I did. If I didn't, there it is. It's got a bunch of bent pins and crap. It looks like it's on a separate board, so I could buy a new board and just put it in there instead of having to solder in a USB port, which is something I don't know how to do, and I wouldn't really want to anyway, so that's good. It'll probably be good to learn how to solder at some point, but whatever. Alright, I did a little bit more research here, so I'm a little bit confused. And I guess all we have to do here is we have to remove this speaker on the left side. It's covering the fan a little bit, because I want to take it out, because I want to clean the dust out of it. You just have to move it, I guess. So, yeah, just to pull it up from there. Alright. Okay, which screws you unscrew first on this heatsink really matters. Because if you don't do it the right way, you can either maybe break it. Because under here, the CPU under here, because it's a laptop CPU, does not have an integrated heat spreader. It has no cover, so it's just a bare die in here. So you can either probably crack it. I don't think that happens a lot though, but most likely thing that can happen when you especially when you're putting it back on, is that the thermal paste will not spread properly. So we're going to unscrew number one first. Okay, there we go. I see. Yep, it's definitely loose now. Okay, let's see what we got going on. The fan to come off. Got this cable for the display that's threaded in there with the fan. And yeah, there's the CPU there. Thermal paste is everywhere.
How is it not working? If it's everywhere, then.
Well, I mean, it's so old. Like, you can tell it's all dried and stuff.
I can't really, stupid.
Well, you're not stupid, you just... It's fine. Alright.
Everything's so dusty.
Alright, so get me a towel, because I'm going to try to wipe it off.
Okay, how many?
This one.
Okay.
I'm going to try to take apart this fan so I can clean it, because I don't have any compressed air or anything like that. Got this foam thing covering the CPU so the paste doesn't spread all over the board around it. Yeah, but look at this. The thermal paste really does not get a good covering of the die. There's a ton of it all around it, but not on the die itself. Alright, after a while, I finally got the fan cleaned up pretty good. You can't really see that well inside it, but I got most of the dust out. Should be alright. So that makes it now time for us to put on the thermal paste. So I got the Arctic MX4. Now, of course, people always love to argue about thermal paste on the internet, but in reality, there's not really a right way to put it on. Just, you don't want to put too little or too much. But the pattern doesn't really matter except if it's a laptop like this that has a bare die. With this, what you want to do is you want to, put on like a little bit of it, and then you're going to use, you don't have to do this, but I think it's good. Use this little spreader that comes with it or something like this, and just spread it out so it evenly covers the die. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, it's kind of a lot actually. Yeah, it's a big thing of it right there. Now we're going to try to spread it out. By the way, I've never applied thermal paste before, so it's a fair warning. I'm not a professional by any means. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it off at this point. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Got a significant amount of it off. Alright, now let's put the cooler back on. There it is. I'm going to try to get the fan part of it in first. And we'll worry about the heat sink later, because that's the part where you have to be a lot more precise. Alright, now let's put this down. I think we can put it down at least. Yeah. Alright, now let's screw it in. So, as I said before, this is really important here. You gotta screw it in the right pattern. So, there's numbers on this, thankfully. So, 1. Whatever. I didn't think it was going to come out that fast. I was really trying to be careful pressing it down. It's like going like this. And it still just came out. So you missed me putting the thermal paste on, but basically I put a lot of it.
It's not bad.
Not really. But, I was being really careful. I was pressing down really slowly and just a whole huge thing that came out. But I think I spread it. What?
Fail.
Well, I think it's not. I didn't really. I just came out like it was kind of annoying, but I think we're gonna be fine. I made sure to spread it around. So, all right, now we're gonna get this speaker.
Playing that.
All right, now for the moment of truth. Does it work? After literally going all the way to the guts of this computer, is it gonna boot up or not? Well, we got a post, and we got a Windows logo. I think I did this. Oh my god. All right. Oh, we gotta go into core temp. All right, let's take a look. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is way better. Okay. All right. Let me show you guys. 45 degrees Celsius. Now that is great because that is the standard operating temperature for this laptop. And it was about, now, okay, it is 52 now, but in general, it's about, on average, 20 degrees cooler than it was with that before I changed the thermal paste. Oh, we do have 100% CPU usage. Oh, God. But, you know, with that 100% usage, it was staying pretty cool. Maybe it said, maybe it's just 10, because, like, look at that. It doesn't really say that. Hey, God. Let's plug it back in again. Alright. Let's do something. Let's open up Minecraft. Let's see how hot it gets. Alright, yeah, this is hot. Let's take a look at the core temp. It did open pretty fast once the actual game opened. It got past the launcher phase. $84, yeah, okay, that is hot. But alright, that is actually the same as it was before, I have to say. So at idling we have an improvement, but when we're doing intensive things, it's still, I have so many servers on here. Let's just go on Mineplex, I guess. Do that. As you can see, I used to play Minecraft on this computer, so it's not like crazy for me to try to do it, but maybe the game has kind of changed. Here we are. It's not that bad though. It's somewhat playable. Maybe I adjust my settings here. What kind of FPS are we getting? We're getting 22. I do remember getting up to 100 when I tried this before another time. So this is still an improvement. I'm not sure I'm not sure if this is a little high for this laptop or not. You know, I read something on Reddit, actually, Reddit when I was doing some research for this, that cleaning the fan is more important than the thermal paste. I tried to clean it, but without compressed air, it was a little bit harder, so I'm not really sure if that played into it at all. Let's go to a single player. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, guys, I did some more testing, and, you know, it does seem to be better than it was. But it's not a huge improvement, to be honest. You know, it still gets up in the 90s when we're playing games and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know if I, you know, did a bad application of it. No, in the grand scheme of things, I think I did all right. But I think really I'm going to need to get compressed air to blow out the fan. I think that's going to be what I need to do. And, yeah. I think that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this. This will definitely not be the last of this laptop you'll see on the channel. Everybody, it's the next day, and I have my Minecraft server running. I just have to say, it's actually working a lot better than I thought. You know, yesterday I was pretty disappointed. I thought I messed up, and I didn't really get any improvement, but here we have the server running, and you know, you can see that it's not really doing anything right now, but you know, we're just having it open, and I have quite a bunch of worlds on here, and so it does use up quite a bit of RAM. You know, we're only at 62 Celsius, and I think that's pretty good. You have some sort of program like this open. When it was starting up, it actually did get pretty hot, though. You can see a maximum 97 on core 0, 96 on core 1, so that's obviously not very good. It was only going to be like that when it was booting up. That's not really that bad, so it's alright. What I'm going to need to be doing, though, is I'm going to need to do some more of a stress testing on this. I'm going to try to get some other players online and see what happens.